Hello everyone, and welcome to the next edition of the Holland Land Office Museum's Artifact video series. My name is Ryan Duffy and I'm the director of the museum, and this week we're going to talk about another prominent business from the first half of the 20th century here in Batavia, and a very known meat market, not just here in Batavia, but spread out farther afield, and that would be Colgrove Ryan, which operated on State Street and then Main Street between the 1920s and 1940s before splitting up later on into two separate businesses as the partners went their separate ways. The partners being Myron Colgrove and Joseph Ryan, who were both experienced meat men and grocers who created a very successful business, especially on Main Street, where they were pretty much the place to go for your local meat. So we're going to go through the history of the business and its growth, and show you a few pictures from inside their Main Street store when it was in operation, and tell you a little bit more about Colgrove and Ryan. Colgrove and Ryan's was started by Myron Colgrove and Joseph Ryan, and their partnership began in February 1920 when they bought property on State Street at 10 and 12 State Street to open up a grocery and meat market. Colgrove had run a grocery at 35 South Main in the Flatiron building, and Ryan was a salesman for the Armour Wholesale Meat Company in Rochester, and they brought their expertise together to form this partnership. They ran a little store under the name of Genesee Market on State Street. In 1926, they purchased the Greentaners Sanitary Market at 54 Main Street, and this is what became Colgrove and Ryan's. Main Street store backed up to the State Street Market, which had a narrow alley in between. They became known to shoppers living far beyond Batavia, and people would line up to get their groceries. And in 1930, they added a line of groceries, but it was their meat that kept customers coming back again and again. And they would even deliver, and people could order by telephone. In 1949, they employed office men, counter clerks, order clerks, receiving clerks, sausage makers, meat cutters, and delivery boys. In the fall of 1926, the magazine Meat Merchandising made Colgrove and Ryan the subject of an article which commended them for the lighting in the shop, for their telephone service, and for the quality of the meat they sold. In 1945, the two men were kind of looking to end their partnership. Colgrove was the first to mention it, but it was actually Mr. Ryan who bought out all the interest in the Main Street store, and he turned it into a wholesale meat center, which he called the Western Provision Company. Colgrove then moved back to the little shop at 12 State Street, again called the Genesee Market, and he brought some of the clerks with him. That market closed with urban renewal when those buildings on State Street were bought and demolished, and he retired in 1966 and actually passed away that same year at age 72. Joseph Ryan actually served in World War II and suffered through a gas attack which damaged his lungs, and he was never really the same afterwards. But he carried on an active business life and actually passed away in 1960 at the age of 63. Now his company, the Western Provision Company, carried on. It was bought by a John Byrne of Niagara Falls in 1961, and then Harold Ehrenfeld in 1962, but with urban renewal again, the business was sold after that and ceased to be. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of our Artifact video series and learned a little bit more about the local meat market of Colgrove and Ryan, which operated from the 1920s to the 1940s, and learned a little bit more about the local history of Genesee County. If you enjoyed this video or any others on our channel, be sure to give them a like or even subscribe to the channel, as it helps us out a little bit and gets you notified even quicker when we do release new videos. But as always, the best way to come and learn more about what's here at the museum is to stop by and see for yourself. As if you come in person, we'll be able to share even more information, and you'll be able to see the artifacts up close and personal, many that we show in these videos. So we hope you enjoyed this video and more to come, and we'll see you next time.